Check, check. Yeah, what up, players? Welcome to another episode of the Ravens RPO with the Player One podcast. I am your host, Tyrone Jr., aka Hollywood Champa. If this is your first time tuning in, what up, player? Hey, if you want to hop on the bandwagon, you best hop on now. If you've been here throughout the season, welcome back, player. I appreciate all y'all. I'm not going to take a long time. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this thing going, man. I got a lot to talk to y'all. I've taken some weeks off because we had multiple bye weeks. The Ravens, we held it down. Got that number one seed. We had the bye week. The week before when we played Pittsburgh, we gave them our second string. We didn't need no wins. We got all this extra time to rest. Man, I'm telling you, it's a good time to be a Ravens fan. We figured out who we will be playing after watching the Steelers lose tonight. So we will be hosting the Houston Texans, who, as a reminder, we played week 1. We welcomed C.J. Stroud into the NFL. And now we're going to have to end his first season. This is beautiful. This is poetry in motion, man. I have kept receipts. There's a reason I've been doing this podcast, the Ravens RPO. For times like this, I want to be able to go back and see what I was talking about and things of that sort. I have receipts. I have my notes. I'm only going to show y'all 2 plays. Well, it's 3 total because the last 2 plays happen to run back to back. It's a beautiful thing. Trust me. This is going to be a great episode. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I'm just going to dive right into it. But this upcoming Saturday, Baltimore Ravens, we host the Houston Texans in the second round of the playoffs. Final 4, pretty much. So here, I have some notes. I just want to kind of touch base on what happened the first go-round. We beat the Texans 25-9. We had a slow start. We didn't have Mark Andrews. We were resting him. He hurt himself in preseason, so we didn't play him. We lost J.K. Dobbins for the season. Frustrating. We had a couple fumbles. Slow start again. And also, our play calling was not in motion. For an offense, it takes time to develop. Once you start showing you have threats over here, first you have to show you have a threat somewhere. So to get things rolling, to start the season, it's not going to just work right away. So I'm not going to hold it against us too much. But now we have so many threats where teams have to game plan to stop what they've seen. So now we have options. We have threats where it may look like we want to do this, but then we're going to do that. This is going to play into our favor. Multiple reasons why. Mark Andrews. He's been resting. He hurt his Achilles, calf, knee, something on the bottom of his leg. But he's been out for the weeks. We've had big games. We whooped the Dolphins without him. Who else we whooped? It don't matter. But pretty much he is good to go. And the thing is, we don't really need to rush him back into our offense. Our offense has been rolling. But now we have Mark Andrews, who's pretty much our number 1 option for the most part. But now we get to bring him off the bench if we like. Let's see. Our defense played great the first go-round. Our defense has played great all year. I have some stats I want to talk about because you see here I have the highlights pulled up. What I do is I show you guys, I break down a few plays to pretty much show you guys what we need to look out for. And stuff I have shown y'all has been called out in the games. The people who talk, the analysts, the play-by-plays, they say the same stuff I'm saying. I'm not trying to bash this in your head, but I am. I promise I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. I promise. Where was I? Oh, I want to talk about the defense. We want to talk about the Cleveland Browns being ranked the number 1 defense. I was looking at the rankings. I'm trying to understand how teams are better than the Ravens. After all the takeaways, we're leading the league in takeaways. We're leading the league in touchdowns allowed, which means we have not allowed a lot of touchdowns. We've allowed the least amount of touchdowns. But when you look at the defensive stats, they are ranking them by the average amounts of yards. So when you look at it that way, they put us at number 6. And they put the Cleveland Browns at number 1. But if you want to look at if you want to look at touchdowns allowed, We lead the league with the least amount, the fewest amount. We only allow 26. The Cleveland Browns allowed 44 touchdowns. They're not going to give you a lot of yards, but they're going to give you a lot of points? I don't get that. When you play defense, you're stopping them from scoring. The goal is to stop them from scoring. I don't get that. And just to throw out there, when it comes to touchdowns allowed, the number 2 defense is the Kansas City Chiefs. We've allowed 26. They've allowed 32. Or excuse me, I'm even wrong there. They're the 3rd best. You have the San Francisco 49ers who allowed 31. So it goes 26, 31, 32. But do you hear the names? The 49ers, the Chiefs, these are the top teams. These are the Super Bowl teams, the contenders, teams you expect to reach the Super Bowl. And then you have us who have beaten them out by at least 5 touchdowns. I don't want it frustrates me, but I'm going to let that go. The thing is, we bend, but we don't break. You can gain all the yards you want to get up the field, but when you get in that red zone, the red zone is the last 20 yards on the field. The red zone is where teams score points, pretty much. When you get within that 20 yards, you don't have as much space in the back to send somebody past the defense and throw the ball as far as you can. There's barriers at this point. So what we do best is now we lock down. You're going to get all the way upfield if you need. I mean, compared to these stats, we're 6, so we're going to give you the yards you need, but when you get close to that end zone, we're going to stop you. I have a stat from the last game. They went for it 4 times on 4th down. 1 for 4 on 4th downs against us. And 2 of those stops were on 4th down and 1. So you mean to tell me this Texans team, could not gain 1 yard on our defense? I'm confident. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, I wrote their names down. I know in the episode the following week I hyped up and I probably had more things to say. I don't so-called recall it all. But these guys, I wouldn't write their names down for nothing. I know they played one hell of a game. They've only been getting better. The defense altogether, we done re-signed one of our D linemen, our interior linemen. We gave him a contract extension because he's been playing so well. Playing way better since week 1. Our defense has only gotten better. Kyle Hamilton, they're trying to give this guy all kinds of awards. They're trying to say he's one of the best safeties ever. I'm like, slow down. It's only his 2nd year. Slow down. But he has been balling. But he was injured, so we've let him rest. He's coming back. I'm telling you, our defense, Patrick Queen, he's been dealing with a little collarbone issue, but to give him rest, hey, I'm telling you, this we coming out fresh legs. While the Texans, they had I think at least 2 players who went into concussion protocol against the Browns. But I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I don't want to look, that was week 1. It doesn't carry that much weight. That really doesn't matter. It's just little things like the 4th and 1s where we stop them. I just want to give our defense a little more credit. Again, our defense gets overlooked so much, but I can't wait when we're in prime time. Everybody's going to see. And if we blow this team out, there's a lot of CJ Stroud fans going on right now. I'm hyped for him. He's a good quarterback. He has a bright future, but I'm not buying in. We seen him week 1. It was week 1. He's very fresh to the NFL. I give him credit because what better start can you have? Go against the best defense, and then every defense from there is going to be easier to play against. But to play against this Browns defense, they're giving up all these yards. I'm watching some of these plays again. I watched the game, but I'm watching the highlights, and I'm seeing some of these plays and throws, and this defense, this secondary was just not there. So our secondary is way better than what the Browns is bringing to the table. But anyways, I got play 1 of 3. I'm going to get this going. I've been talking too much. Y'all got me worked up, man. I need to go to bed. I got stuff to do tomorrow. I'm going to get this ready, though. This episode going to be out Tuesday morning. Play number 1. This is a beautiful play call. In football, as a linebacker, you see these 3? These are your linebackers. You read and react. What I mean by that is you watch to see what this guy's doing. It's like a triangle. You watch these 3. They always used to tell me, the coaches used to always watch these guys. I never really watched them as much. I kind of use my peripherals when I play linebacker, and I was a beast. I ain't gonna lie. And to hype myself up, I was top 4 in the city. I was like in the newspaper. I'm gonna talk my talk real quick. I was in the newspaper, top 4 for linebackers. I led the district in tackles, also missed tackles. I can't leave that stat out. But if you put these together, I was involved. I was getting into plays. I had like 110 tackles or 111 out of 10 games. And then I had like 10 or 11 missed tackles. So I led the county in missed tackles also. But for a good defense, hey, that happens. Our defense was good. If anything, I'm slowing them down, and then my next man was coming to clean up the play. I was involved. Anyways, as a linebacker, you watch what's happening right here with the quarterback, with the running back, and with the lineman. You flow with the offense. This ball is going to this tight end right here. They have double tight ends. So you can think it's a run. It's kind of a run heavy. This side is run heavy. He can cheat down because he doesn't have a receiver. You have the 2. But you watch the quarterback right here. He does a rollout. When the quarterback rolls out, naturally, as a linebacker, you go with him. As a secondary, you go with him. This play call was a beautiful play call. I don't think this type of play call works more than once. These are one of those a gadget play. It's one of these plays like the teams work in later in the season, because when teams start to scout, you start to learn what they do, but you throw a twist into the play because the defense is going to be a step ahead. They want to be a step ahead, and then you trick them for knowing too much. So this right here is simply one of those gadget plays. So I give it credit, but this is something that I don't see working more than once. But I do love this beautiful play call, this beautiful throw, the execution on this play, beautiful. It's 2nd and 20. They pulled this one out early. They said, okay, 20 yards, we got a ways to go. Usually you try to cut that down you want to cut it down as much as you can for that 3rd down. They're in field goal range somewhat, so if they don't get this, they play for a few more yards to kick the field goal, take the points. But right here, they go for the big play, and it works out. Watch this guy right here. This play is going to show 3 different replays, so you will actually see, because I hate this camera. I wish, as a viewer, we were allowed to watch like the overhead, because it's hard to follow plays. You don't get to see what receivers are doing downfield. It's frustrating when you're trying to watch stuff like that. But we have to watch all the action right here. And when he throws the ball, we all have to wait to see what pops up when the camera moves. But here we go. That guy, you see how he rolled out? Time out. You see how the quarterback, so they step this way, and then they see the rollout. So you see that? They stopped. And then the quarterback's rolling out. So now they naturally, because you keep your eyes, you got to watch the quarterback. And they start flowing that way. But this guy throws it back across field, however many yards up the field that was, 35 plus. But to throw it back across the field, you got to add more yardage to that. That's a 40-plus yard throw right there. You see the defender just flowing. He's going the opposite way. Watch this last route. You're going to see what happens. Well, usually this play, because they're rolling out, you see, he's rolling out. These guys are watching the quarterback, eyes on the quarterback. He runs a fake. The typical route for this type of play is a post corner, and he does a little simple fake. He fakes it and then goes back inside. Boop! That's it. That's all it took. The defense is overflowing. Touchdown. Simple as that. Beautiful play call. I don't think it works multiple times. We'll see, though. Let's fast forward. I'm almost done. This episode's almost over. I'm not trying to keep y'all long. I promise. I want to go to bed. Y'all got me hyped up. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to sleep now. But I want to talk about this guy, Joe Flacco. Remember all the talk? There was all this talk. Oh, the Browns are going to win, and Joe's going to get his revenge game back in Baltimore. Joe this, Joe that. There was a lot of Ravens fans acting scary about this man. A lot of y'all was coming to me talking about, I don't know, Joe Flacco, he's elite, this and that. Joe Flacco has been so consistent at throwing interceptions his whole career. You think he's going to get up off the couch, sign with this team, and then come and ruin what we got going? He can't even get past the rookie quarterback. Get out of here. This man, they say it in this clip. Let me make sure the volume is up. They say in this clip, but I was talking about this as it was happening. This man, 4 weeks in as a starter, he came in, he sat a few weeks out, watched, learned the offense, and then he started starting for the team, and he's clicking. They're winning. The team, they have new life in Cleveland. Oh my gosh. No Deshaun Watson injured, down to injury. He's robbing them blind in their face. It's crazy with that whole situation. Guaranteed contract for a sicko like that. That's crazy. Excuse me. But anyways, I ain't never seen no stuff like that. Y'all go and sign this man after the stuff he did off the field. That is crazy. It's crazy how this world works. I don't even want to dig into that. But then you get this man Flacco. He was, within his first 4 games, he had 7 interceptions. If you think that is winning football, you are lost. In the playoffs, you cannot throw interceptions. You cannot lose the possession of the ball. It comes down to possessions and depth. When I say depth, your injuries. It's the next man up. You're going to lose people to injury. This is what happened to Baltimore a couple years ago. We lost everybody. So when we made the playoffs, we was so beat up, it didn't matter. We got out there and got whooped because everybody down the line was hurt. We was down to second strings and third string. This year, we are as healthy as we ever been going into the playoffs. That's why I think this is our year. And oh man, I can't wait to win this because y'all gonna hear me. Y'all not gonna hear the end of me. If we lose, I'm gonna cry. This is our year. It's gotta be this year because we're gonna lose our offensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator. We are gonna lose a lot. There's a lot of players who bought out. We ain't gonna be able to keep on contract. If we don't win it this year, it's gonna be rebuilt for however long, and it's not gonna be fun. This has to work. But let me go back to Joe Flacco. Y'all over here trying to talk like I'm gonna get scared or something. This man is doing what he's been doing since he sat down on the couch. He gets up off the couch. He gets back to doing what he's doing. This guy says it. I don't know if we're gonna hear it, but he said something about 8 interceptions in 5 games. I was talking about 4 games. He had 7 interceptions, so another one. And then in this game, these are the last 2 plays right here. And they're back to back. So I'm going to let this show. I'm going to let this play out. What are you doing? What the? I know you did not just throw that. Timeout. I know you did not just throw that. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. You're not going to. You get scared and you just throw the ball like that in the playoffs as an elite quarterback? A good quarterback just takes the sack. You don't. No matter the pressure. Right here, you just going to fall down. You're going to take that. It's first down. You just going to fall down and take that L. That other team, I just showed y'all the clip. It was 2nd and 20 and they scored a touchdown. You don't try to play through stuff like this. Your arm is taken away. You take that sack. You live to fight another down. You don't do this. What? Give me that. Candy. Happy New Year's. Get your money up, Nelson. Get these fools out the way. We're going to let this play. I'm telling you, I'm about to end the episode. It's a wrap. I give credit to the Texans. Their defense played well and stuff. But it's Joe Flacco, man. Look at this. And another thing, Joe Flacco throws his players. He throws these passes. If you don't have the Anquan Boldens or the Jacoby Jones to get far behind the defense, or the Anquan Boldens who can take a catch and take contact, hands of gold. He was catching the ball and taking contact. I'm surprised that man don't got CTE. He might have it at some point, the way Anquan Bolden used to catch the ball and take contact. Man, get out of here. All the players that lived through Joe Flacco, I'm so glad we didn't lose a lot to crazy injuries. They going across the middle. He don't care. He's going to zip it to you. I passed a lot of highlights where they're like, that's a great throw by Flacco. Great throw. But he is putting his players in defenseless positions time after time. Yeah, I have a lot of hate for Joe Flacco because y'all hype it up so much. It frustrates me. Yeah, we won a Super Bowl with him, but we had the best defense. We had the best special teams, the best kicker of all time. We had a lot of help elsewhere, but we gave this fool multiple chances, man. I'm not hearing that. Elite. Yeah, he could throw the ball far. He's strong arm. He made some throws here and there. Yeah, for sure. But we're not going to give him all the credit. Oh, this is the very next drive. 4th and 2 on their own 30. 4th and 2 on their own 33-yard line. Desperation's calling. You see the time. It's 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Panic mode. We got to do something. We got to score. We can't just go 3 and out after receiving the kickoff, after the pick six. What does Joe do? Another pick six! Get out of here! Stop playing, man! Oh my gosh! That's 10 interceptions in 6 games. Joe Flacco off the couch? Y'all was talking about he was going to come into Baltimore? The best defense? Man, get out of here. What? When I play linebacker, hey, if you throw this and I don't pick the ball off, man, take me out the game. Look at this linebacker. He ain't do nothing this play. A little 5 and out. This is so, we know the first down marker is right here. He's sitting on this route. Give me that. He ran the route for him. Come on, Joe. And when I talk about Joe throwing to somebody who got hands to catch, Njoku was his guy. This guy has been balling. This guy, I hope he leaves Cleveland and goes out to the NFC unless he wants to come to Baltimore. This dude cooks. You can't guard him. He's too good of a player. But as long as he's going to be in Cleveland with the quarterback situations they got going on, we're not going to see enough of him. Shout out to Amari Cooper, who's also a dog, who's been balling with Flacco, yeah. But also, you got to deal with these interceptions. And look, it's going to cost you. In the playoffs, you can't turn the ball over. Give me that. What? And then the other route they gave him, and you can call it coaching if you want, but it did another out route up top to Amari Cooper. They're sitting on these routes. Look, he was going to jump that one. He throw it to either side. Joe was locked in as a play start. You got Kareem Hunt right here. That's probably your best bet. Oh, I went too far back. It's crazy. I go back and it's another pick six. I'm getting mixed up in the plays. You got Kareem Hunt. Give it a second. Oh, he sees it, though. He's like, I need to throw that. It looks open. But, man, Joe, you're too slow. Joe, you're too slow. Hey, we're going to send them home. Get them out of here. Get the Pittsburgh Steelers out of here. Hey, yeah, look at this. He's sitting on this. What? Oh, my gosh. This is a type of stat right here. That's a type of stat. That's it for that. We done there. That's the type of stat that linebacker gets to take into the next contract. He had an interception for 6 points. I think that's not enough money. I think y'all should pay me a little bit more. Well deserved. Go for it, man. The other cornerback. Man, you just tossed it up. I want you to make more money in your future. Nah, you have it. You get a touchdown on defense. You get a touchdown on defense. Joe Flacco's so courteous. So kind of him. That's it, man. Y'all got me hyped. I can't wait for Saturday. Hey, comment, man. Who y'all think winning the Super Bowl? Talk to me. Now that we down to fewer teams, Eagles took an L. I seen that coming. Shout out to my boy Baker Mayfield. I hated when he was a Cleveland Brownie. But he out there balling in Tampa Bay for a little bit. It ain't going to last for so long, but I'm happy for him. Eagles, they kind of fell apart. They had injuries left and right. We seen this coming, man. It's Cowboys. Oh, that's a letdown, man. I was rooting for them to do something, man. Put up a fight, but Dak, I would hate to be a Cowboy fan. I'm sorry about that. What else going on? Who else we got? We got the Niners going to play next week. The Chiefs and the Bills. That's going to be fun. They're going to beat each other up so bad. I think we're going to cruise through this game. And we're going to be fresh legs for the next game. And I think we're going to go to the Super Bowl in Vegas. If not, I told you, I'm going to cry. Oh, I'm going to cry. Football, I'm going to be so sad. And I know the amount of energy going to be sent my way, but it's cool. I don't think it's going to be sent my way. I don't think y'all going to get a chance. I think we win this. Lamar MVP. That's it, man. I kept y'all too long. That's it for the Ravens RPO with the Player One podcast. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Comment who y'all think gonna win the Super Bowl. Comment what y'all think about Baltimore, for real. How y'all think we gonna do with the Texans? I'm posting this tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. First thing in the morning, I gotta get up early. I'm trying to get on this workout, new year, new me, blah, 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 discipline. I'm trying to get back to it. So I'm gonna be up early, like hopefully 5:30 a.m. my time, 8:30 Eastern. This should be up and running by 9 o'clock. Maybe even before that, man. I'm gonna do this upload tonight. I'm ready for bed, but y'all got me worked up. I'm sorry. Good night, y'all. See y'all Saturday at the bank. They try to say the Eagles had the bank or something like that, man. Catch y'all later. For real.